Hey guys, welcome back. It is Friday, which means it is time to check in with our YouTube channel and how things went this week. If you want to let me know how you think things went this week, definitely drop a comment in the comment section. I'm always anxious to hear what you guys are thinking. But I thought it went pretty well. It was a pretty steady week, steady growth, steady videos throughout the week. I have a little bit of tweaking that I think I'm going to do next week, but not a lot. So let's get into it and really just kind of talk about what happened um, this particular week. So we are on January 16th. As of right now, I have been on YouTube now for 24 weeks. We are getting close to half a year. In a couple weeks, it'll be a half a year here on YouTube. So um, it's amazing to see how time flies and how everything has happened with regards to the YouTube channel and how things have worked. Uh, so this past week, I did all of my kind of regular postings. So we had this Friday recap last week. And if you are following over on Patreon, there's also a weekly review on Patreon. It's a post that shows up and includes links to all the videos that happened throughout the week so that you can watch them all at once if you want, or just pick and choose the ones that interest you from the week. Um, just kind of an easy way to wrap up the week and see what happened. It also will include over on Patreon uh, washi, a picture of the washi for Sunday. Um, and so this past Sunday, our washi selection was Archer and Olive. They were some florals that we got in the quarter 4 subscription box. It was really fun to get a chance to use those. Those were really nice. I liked that kind of soft, subtle with the blues and the grays. That was nice, a nice palette to have for this week. And so that washi selection video showed up on Saturday. It was nice to have it done already, have it ready to go. Um, the Plan with Me live on Sunday was nice. I always put a link to the Plan with Me up on Saturday, and it doesn't always apparently show up. And so I was kind of running around a little bit this week, um, trying to restart that whole live process. So typically on Saturday, when I put up my washi selection, I create the live as a placeholder, and that involves creating the live on my phone because that's what I'm going to be using to film, and then coming over to the computer and getting the thumbnail up and getting a description and all of that up and a little community post to announce that I'm live, getting everything scheduled and ready to go, and all of that was gone on Sunday. So that was interesting. I sat down. Normally, I sit down and I go to do the live on my phone, and I just have to find the scheduled live and poke on it. That did not. That was not the case this week. So I was a little bit late on that, but we still had a fun time and really enjoyed um, having some company for my live. So if you like to plan your week on Sunday, you are more than welcome to join me live on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And so I will be live here again this Sunday at 9. Excuse me. And then on Monday, I dropped the alternate week 3 live. So every Sunday after I get off the live, I try something different in my in another planner, one that I don't carry with me every single day, just to kind of try new ideas and stay creative and not get myself into a funk. I think that when we start to uh, plan the same way every single week. If your brain works that way and that makes sense to you and it feels good to you, then that is absolutely fine. I'm not saying here that there's anything wrong with that. But for me, when I start to plan that way, I start to get into a funk. I am not a person that likes routine. Routines are not great for me. I get bored and I start to not enjoy what's going on in life. So, um, changing things up for me is really big. And we get to a point where we get our planner layout exactly the way we like it and it's pretty and everything. And then all of a sudden, um, you know, you start to get into that funk and you don't want to change the planner layout because you've been doing it the same and it looks the same and it's super pretty and we love it and that's all great. But sometimes if you have a brain like mine where you just need to get out of that routine a little bit and do something different, it helps me to try different things in an alternate planner first because then I'm not so worried that I'm going to mess up my main planner. Now, I know I can't mess it up because the main point of my planner is to be functional, but you know, we all feel like we're gonna mess it up if it's not gonna look pretty or look the way that we think it should look. And so I do those alternate weeklies to kind of do that. I got in the habit of that last year, and I really, really loved that. It kind of helps get me out of that kind of stagnant mode. And so you'll see this week, the week ahead, I'm going to have a very different week. And so we're going to plan differently in the main planner this week. And I'm comfortable doing that because I have done so many different things and tried so many different layouts in the other planners. So that was on Monday, and every Monday I drop the um, alternate week 3 or the alternate weekly plan, and that is a hybrid planner, that planner that I have there. So it has a vertical and a horizontal, and so I find that very interesting. I'm still not comfortable in that format. The horizontal format is very strange to me. Uh, Now, however, I am finding it very useful for my YouTube planner. So that video, the week 2 of the YouTube planner, dropped on Wednesday of this week, and you got to see how I have modified my YouTube planner a little bit to include some washi tape so that it feels pretty, it feels cohesive along with my main planner, so that when I look at them together, they kind of look like they go together and it makes my week kind of make sense a little bit more. Um, I found the YouTube planner to be really, really useful. I liked it a lot. I'm going to definitely keep going with that. I kept going in week 3, so you will see that dropping next week. So, and then today we have the Friday check in. As I do every Friday, I like to really kind of talk about how it felt to do YouTube this week. So, for me, for this past week, uh, most of what I did on Friday and I did on Sunday. So those are the 2 days that are really, really busy for me, and then the rest of the week is fairly calm. Other than the little snafu with getting the live set up on Sunday, I think things went pretty smoothly. I would like to get into the habit of doing more during the week so that my entire Sunday isn't taken up by checking in with all of my planners, but at the same time, that's when it kind of feels natural to me to do all the planning, if that makes sense. So on Sunday, I'm looking at the week ahead, whereas if I were to try and sit down on, say, Wednesday and do this, do the planning, Wednesday, I'm not really ready to look at the week ahead. I'm still finishing the week that has just passed. And so I think that Sunday is really a good day for me to do that, but it feels like it's a little bit long on Sunday for me, and my voice starts to hurt by the end of it, interestingly enough, from talking that much. So we'll look at some of the things. I know this week is going to be different again, and I'm going to need to get some stuff done tonight and tomorrow so that I don't have too much on my plate on Sunday. And I'll explain why in a little bit. Um, but before we do that, I want to talk about what the statistics did this week. Now, this was a pretty normal week. I didn't post anything spectacular or different or amazing or wonderful. It was just kind of my regular all content, which I enjoy making, and it seems like you guys enjoy watching it, so I'm not sad about that. I do have a couple other ideas that I want to um, get into the plan for this month. Um, so we'll talk about that in a minute as well. But because it was a pretty normal week, the statistics are pretty normal. I have gained 4 new subscribers. So if you are one of my new subscribers, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. I do these little check-ins on how the YouTube channel is going on Fridays and then on the first of every month. The rest of the time, most of the content is planner based. So hopefully that's what you're here for. And so we gained 4 subscribers and then kept, of course, the subscribers that we had. So we're up to 312, which is wonderful. I love having all of you here. So if you're one of the OGs that has been here from the beginning, I am still tickled to death that you are here. It is absolutely wonderful to have you all join me. So and share love of planners and stationery supplies and things like that. Um, it's a fantastic thing to be able to get on here and share that with you guys. Uh, and then we had 60 and a half watch hours that we added this week. So that brings the total watch hours up to 3,813.4, which again, we've been talking because we talked about goals and goal setting, and I worked through my goals, a lot of them with you guys. So you are well aware that one of my goals for quarter 1 is to get monetized. We are definitely going to hit that the hours needed for monetization in February, for sure, if not before, but I think it will probably be February. I tend to average about around 60 hours a week. So by February, first or second week, we should be hitting that. So that's exciting. And now we just need to catch up on the subscribers. So I'll be doing a couple of things hopefully for that. So if you are watching and you do enjoy this kind of content and checking in on a YouTube channel, or you enjoy the planner content, any of that, you feel free to like and subscribe below. I know I don't say that very often. I have been told that I should kind of do that trigger reminder. It feels a little weird. I'm not going to lie on that. It feels kind of strange to ask people to like and subscribe. But if you enjoy the content and you want to see more of it, then definitely like and subscribe. I do have everything on my channel set up in playlists so that you can go and find the content that really matters to you, the thing that you are really interested in. And so hopefully that'll be helpful. And if you like and subscribe, then you'll get notified, or if you click the bell, you'll get notified when I post a new video, and then you can see if it's something that aligns with you. If you prefer, you can also subscribe over on Patreon. That is free. I only have a free membership over there, and I do a weekly wrap up post that just kind of has links to all the videos so that you don't have to come and sort through the videos here on my channel. So it's up to you, whichever makes your world happier. That is fine by me. Then also, I'm looking down because I have everything written down. We are now up to 47,829 total views for this 24 weeks that we have been on YouTube, which is amazing. We added 726 views again this week. Now, my short this week did better than last week. It was up in the couple hundred views, but it was still very low for a short in terms of the number of views that I am used to seeing. So recently I had been seeing anywhere from about 1,500 to 2,500 views on the shorts. And then the last 2 weeks, they have been very, very low. 2 weeks ago when I did the coffee washi, it was in the teens in the first couple days, and then this past one was a little over 100 views over the weekend. So nothing wrong with that. If people aren't enjoying those, then I certainly don't expect people to sit and watch it. But it was just interesting to me that the views have changed so drastically. So we will try something maybe next week or the week after. Um, and let's get into that. What's happening? What's coming this week, right now, because it is going to be very different this week. For me, it's probably not going to look much different for you guys. But that also means that there's not going to be a lot of new stuff this week, or different stuff, I should say, coming to the channel this week. So I am finally, if you've been following along, I got a new job in October, and I was originally supposed to travel every month to the project site. And with the holidays and everything else, the owners have been down there at the project site. And so they have been doing most of the site visits that needed to happen. However, this month I am finally going to be going down to the project site, and then hopefully every month after this. So that means that I leave at an insane hour of the morning on Sunday. So if you happen to be in St. Louis Airport and you see someone wandering around very blurry-eyed at insane o'clock in the morning, that's probably me. Uh, so we will be flying down to Florida on Monday morning. The owners are coming with this time so that we can all look at the site together and be down there. Um, we have meetings the whole time we're down there, and then I will be flying back at insane o'clock again on Thursday morning. So I will be back in town on Thursday. Um, so for me, that means a lot of things are uncertain. I am uncertain about what the internet is going to look like, all of that kind of thing. However, I usually post everything on Sunday. I do, however, come in sometimes in the evenings and do descriptions and chapters and things like that. So I will still make sure that by the time I go to bed Sunday evening, everything is uploaded to YouTube. And I will make sure this week, because I don't know what things are going to look like, that everything has its descriptions and all of that. The only thing that sometimes takes me a while that I might not get to is chapters. So there is possibility that next week some of my videos might not have chapters. Um, just because I don't know if that's going to work or not. I usually try to do that because I find it easier to navigate a video, but it does take some time to go in and look through everything. So um, there's a possibility that that will happen. That is the only foreseeable thing that I anticipate kind of throwing a wrench in things. So you can expect that tomorrow you're going to get a washi short. The washi is already selected. You can expect that on Sunday there will be a live plan with me at 9 a.m. and you are more than welcome to join me. I love having company. You can expect that on Monday there will be an alternate plan with me, and we will look at the week in a fresh and different way. We will be looking at it in a fresh and different way on Sunday too, because it's going to be a different week, a different type of week with the traveling. And then on Wednesday, you'll get to see week 3 in the YouTube planner. I will be planning week 4 because obviously that is the week that we're in, but I'm waiting a week on this just so that I'm not, when you see it, when you see me plan it, we're not necessarily looking at we might be looking at things I wanted to do, but you'll know whether or not they happened already. I don't want somebody to anticipate something and then feel disappointed when it doesn't happen. So by looking at it in the past, at least you guys will be, you know, you won't be disappointed if something that I said I was going to hopefully get to uh, didn't get to happen. So I have a couple other things that I need to work on at some point, and I was hoping to get them done this coming week, but we'll have to see how that goes with the travel now. Um, but I do need to film a monthly for February. I have nothing set up in my February monthly yet, and I really need to get that set up and ready to go. So I will be creating that, and I'll be creating there's a video that I would like to film um, based on the fact that I found out on December 10th, which was this week, that December 10th is called Quitter's Day. And it all has to do with goal setting and people setting New Year's goals and then quitting on January 10th, and which is just amazing to me. And so I wanted to make a video about it and just kind of do a check-in. So I think I'm going to do that this weekend. I would like to do that tonight. We will see how it goes, but that is the plan. So at some point before the end of the month, I'm going to talk about goal setting and quitting versus pivoting. And so, and um, so any of you that are maybe struggling a little bit with your goals, that will be a good video because we will talk about, for example, for me, I have some goals that are doing very, very well. I'm doing very strongly on, and then I have other goals that I am missing the mark on right now that I have set for the year. So we'll kind of get into talking about those and how do we address the ones that aren't going so well and still keep going on the ones that are. So anyway, those are the things that you can expect, and then we will check back in on Friday and see where we got to. So it's possible that there will be a video every day next week. If I get everything created this weekend and uploaded, then you will have something every single day. Otherwise, it will be, the videos will show up as in the normal way that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this little check-in. I have got to get off to work and I will talk with you soon. Bye.